I'm Tim. There's not much I understand about this world, but I've spent some time distilling down what little I have learned. And this is the result. If you're watching this video, then it was made for you. Why? I guess I made this in the hopes that, just maybe, it could be of some help on our shared journey across this ever-revolving wheel of confoundments. This is life as I see it. So, who am I? And why should you listen to me? Well, pretty much nobody, and maybe you shouldn't. Like I mentioned, I'm Tim. I'm 34 years old. Some might say I'm a YouTuber, photographer, or content creator. I don't consider myself a success at any of that. Honestly, I just like making things. I grew up privileged in the suburbs of LA with more than enough. 2 good parents who cared, both for me and about me. A few good friends to lean on, and a better partner than I could have asked for, through the best and worst of it. Otherwise, my life has been mostly unremarkable. When I was a kid, they called me gifted. I used to think things like that mattered. These days, not so much. I've never received a check in the mail for being smart. Like everyone else, I grew up on video games, TV, the internet. I also played tennis, went to school, got a job in software. That was where I learned a paycheck can be about as suffocating as it is necessary. Eventually, I picked up a camera. I discovered it has this magical ability to transform sight into vision, to transfigure reality. And I couldn't quite put it down. Sure, I made a lot of garbage, but eventually I did get better, bits at a time. Photography showed me why people say hobbies are so important. I've wandered a bit, both near and far, capturing moments, feelings. It kind of became my job. Not lucrative, but I consider myself lucky to even be able to try. Travel has this funny way of revealing the paradox of this world, how it can feel unfathomably large one moment and intimately small the next. No matter where I go, I find that people are mostly the same, just finding ways to get by in their own time. They tend to mirror the energy you give them. Kindness, respect, and a good story or two go a long way. Sometimes, though, people are just jerks. Most days, I sit around writing or editing, either that or running. On the rare occasion I actually finish something, I release it. I'm not great at advertising, but I try my best. Anyway, I think it's more important to try to make things that are good rather than popular. I used to think life was some kind of game to be won. Finish line off in the distance, a shiny, hoistable trophy for the winners, money, fame, Lambos, private jets, that mansion in the hills, a fat, juicy carrot dangling just out of reach. Extend those fingertips, reach with all your might, lunge for it, and poof, it's gone. Look up, there it is again, that damn carrot, tantalizing as it is unattainable. In other words, a trap. Cleverly, malevolently designed, keeping us stuck in all too familiar anti-patterns, spinning over and over again, legs kicking away, yet getting nowhere. Live long enough and you start to see just how similar we all are. Pretty, ugly, rich, broke. At the end of the day, everyone suffers just the same. Everyone wants what they can't have. Those with the least seem to find ways to live with less. Though, admittedly, it is a hell of a lot nicer to be depressed in a 5-star suite than slung out in a cheap motel. But if I know anything at all, it's that suffering is a universal experience. No matter how high you climb, how low you fall, how many zeros in your bank account, there will always be something you're missing. Everything has a price. Humans seem to crave a sort of middle ground, exposed to just enough suffering. Spoiler alert, like pretty much everything else in life, it all comes back to balance. Unfortunately, balance is elusive, fickle. Always here one moment, gone the next. Just when I'm settling in, kertwang, off I go again. Humanity, uniquely gifted with the curse of self-awareness, teetering on a razor's edge, slicing the fine line dividing enlightenment and oblivion. We gaze outward, squinting at a hopelessly blurred horizon, in search of answers, relief, safety, but all that's revealed is more unknown. It's strange, don't you think? So fundamentally, indescribably odd? How we're granted but morsels of knowledge, scant enough to realize just how little we know. Splinters of awareness that fail to reveal any semblance of actual wisdom. Plopped into existence, endlessly drifting this orb of compacted sediment, hurtling through a limitless void, inextricably bound to a vessel we deem I, myself, my ego. The ego, a term first popularized by an English translation of Freud, over time warped, fractured, Frankensteined, now a concept co-opted by so many thinkers, writers, self-help gurus, and podcast bros. Once a psychological manifestation of the functionally conscious facade of the self, now mutated to embody arrogance, emotional fragility, or spiritual impediment. The ego transmutes in accordance with the blame it shoulders in the moment, a catch-all boogeyman. Feel stupid, embarrassed, hurt, proud? Blame the ego. The word arrives to us from Latin in the form of a humble pronoun, representative of I, the self, in its totality. No distinct constituent parts of the self, just me, completely. Ironically, we now enjoy it in the form of an ethereal scapegoat, separated from who we consider our real self. It manifests as this beguiling consultant, somehow in charge of our decision-making, responsible for our actions, floating somewhere vaguely behind the eyeballs. A spectacularly effective radar, scanning for hazards and uncertainties, eager to report but inept at solution. If there is something to complain about, to be uncomfortable with, to hate, the ego will find it, over-rationalize it, and make us suffer. When we identify with the problem seeker, all we see are problems. Despite our best attempts to improve our lives, to come to terms with reality, to contribute meaningfully to this world, the ego stands as gatekeeper, eager to claim credit for a group project in which its contributions amount to pettiness, spite, and doubt. And yet, where is this ego? It's not a bone in my skeleton. It doesn't course through my veins. It's not labeled on any anatomical chart. I can't bring it out before you, cut it off, or trade it for another. Yet somehow, it can be hurt, bruised, battered, broken. And that scares us. So, out of desperation, we protect it. Despite its tricks and traps, its poor counsel, its fake wisdom, we grant it safe harbor, enable it. Deep down, we can't deny how real it feels, how terrifying it would be to lose it. This all-powerful being, this pocket-sized microcosm of God, perched atop an obfuscation of blood, bone, mucus, and sinew, the source of every pride and joy, every pain and sorrow, every contradictory dichotomy. And yet, what even is it? This ego? Naught but illusion. A transient amalgam. Hastily cobbled thoughts, ruminations, impulses, no more substantive or permanent than smoke on the water. Its greatest trick of all? Convincing us of its existence, of its fervor, its grandiosity, its irrefutable significance. How could we ever hope to be anything more when this is all we know? If only I could be free of my ego. Me, my ego. I say I want to be rid of it, and yet, is that even possible? The ego, our personal straw man. We prod and puncture it in misplaced anger, unleash vengeance upon this fool who so readily abandons our safety and security for but fleeting moments of pleasure. Is it really the ego? Or is it just me? Am I not just doing all of this to myself? What is it that I am really afraid of? Isn't the truly terrifying thing to face this world myself? To take responsibility for the depths of my hubris? To estrange myself from my supposed identity? To be truly and completely honest with what I want out of this life? The ego may have been an illusion all along, but so was its separateness. Let us return it to its Latin roots. Ego. First person singular, personal pronoun, nominative case. The ego is no more, no less than, the self, in its totality. Freud may have started the game, but we continue it, cleaving off chunks of our consciousness, deeming them pariah. We are the magician, we are the audience, never tiring of the same trick, endlessly hiding and revealing the same truth to ourselves. I am my ego. My ego is me. There is no secret, no grand reveal, no shortcut to enlightenment in this life or the next. No, instead, the truth is small, quiet, simple. It's something we were born into this world knowing, yet spend a lifetime forgetting. It passes us by in the smallest moments of our day, in those overlooked corners, in the mundanest of tasks, in every tick of the second hand. The truth that we so fervently avoid is this: all the mind's machinations, all its foolishness and futility, all its reductive reasoning, all of it, does nothing more than pull us away from the simple nature of reality. That everything that could ever matter is happening here, now, all around us, all of the time. Despite our protests and fallacies, our heartache and torment, our hatred and disdain, the solitary, indisputable fact underneath it all is we exist here, now, and we have just enough wherewithal to choose to watch a YouTube video about it. No matter what situations arise, what problems I face, what happens in this world, I have the sole ability to choose how I live. I choose the meaning of my own life. I don't know if that's the soul of the world, the hand of providence, or the foolishness of my own ego, but I know that one truth above all else. And what I choose is to take as much care and attention, as much love and perseverance, as much compassion and empathy as I can in every moment of every day. I choose how I devote my precious time and energy. I choose how I feel about my life. Things will happen outside of my control. Hell, most of it will. But at the end of the day, my life is determined by the choices that I make. What matters is this: typing away into an incoherent mess of ramblings, dashing across a sun-drenched slab of asphalt, tending to the garden that is my existence. Attempt, failure, repetition. A video on the internet about life from some guy you don't even know. We look up at the sky and ponder, why? Why are we here? What is the purpose of our existence? What are we to do on this pale blue dot way out at the furthest reaches of time and space? And the answer is so easy, so effortless, and so simple. To live. I'm Tim, and these are my thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this video meant something to you. I wish you the best.
I'm gonna miss this coffee milk.